Hi, everybody, and welcome to Series 2 of our COVID support sessions. You can probably see that I've got a little assistant with me now because all of a sudden he wants to be involved in doing these sessions. So
I'm not going to speak.
Series 2. So thank you for all of the support with the fertility series that we released in throughout Series 1. The feedback was phenomenal.
Yeah, really good.
Just the reach and the global reach of where you guys were sharing all the content from our speakers that were in, whether it was California or whether it was in New York or LA. The feedback was just phenomenal. So thank you for all of those people that shared it and for the people that loved them. We're super grateful.
Yeah, but that series had quite a serious tone to it, didn't it?
It did.
This one has a more of a fun tone to it, doesn't it?
Yes.
So this is all about understanding some of the challenges that parents have faced during this crisis. We faced them, and I know that we've got a great range of guests who we're going to speak to who are facing challenges similar to ours and some different.
Yeah,
this is what this is all about, isn't it?
It is. So this series is called 19 Parenting Crises. I always have to pronounce it because I think people sometimes think I've spelled crises wrong, but I'm talking about the plural because 19, COVID-19, and how we're all coping. We have drank far too much wine, and that's certainly what's got us through lockdown. But I want to hear from some of our most favorite Instagram accounts, and we've got some great guests throughout the series. So without further ado, I want to present to you one of our favorite accounts that we followed.
We started off with one of the most favorite ones.
Yeah, we really did. You're going to love these boys if you don't already follow them.
They have really cool t-shirts on. They've t-shirt shamed us already.
I know, we literally have. They're just such a gorgeous couple. So Chris and Juan, who make up two poppers in Oz, who have now moved back to Spain. So without further ado, hello.
Hi.
Hola.
Hola.
Come on, guys. Show us your t-shirt. Show us your t-shirt, guys.
Love,
yes, please. Love makes a family. This come straight from from Sydney, Australia. From Sydney, Australia, from Mardi Gras.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I love it. We used them to march at Mardi Gras a couple of years ago. And we've done it how many times? 3 times.
3 times.
It's an amazing experience.
Unbelievable experience. Oh my God.
I've always wanted to do it.
We need to come over for Mardi Gras.
Yeah, and we'll join you.
If you ever go,
you come. We'll meet you in Sydney.
Let us know because we just relocated from Sydney 5 months ago.
On Christmas Day actually. On Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Christmas Eve, just a couple of months before COVID, and we're just we cannot wait to come back and visit all our friends. And anyway, we miss Australia.
Well, I bet you do, and we're going to talk about that. I'm sure in a little bit. We're super grateful. I know you're an hour ahead of us there, so I know the kids are in bed. So for those that either don't follow you yet or do follow you, just tell us about your gorgeous children.
So we do have 2, as you said, gorgeous kids. They are Ansho and Atlas. They are 4 and 2 years old. They were born via surrogacy. Ansho was born in Mexico. And Atlas was born in Australia, where we were living before.
Love the names.
We always
unique names.
Yeah, we always wanted to have very special and unique names. So I think we definitely.
I love them. Yeah, really cool. Love them. Yeah, really cool. So thank you and welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, don't be silly. It's our pleasure. So tell us, and for those that are going to be watching, a little bit about your Instagram account and what the reasons behind it, and just fill us in.
So we took his private account 1.5 years ago, or 2, something like that, and we turned it into a public account to show our family our daily family, and it was to give raise visibility about same-sex parents, and especially in our case to show people family that is being created via surrogacy. That it's something that, at least, I mean, in Spain there's a lot of controversy about surrogacy.
Yeah.
We suffer, or all the families in general, we suffer a little bit of bullying. Because of the way our family is being formed, and there's a lot of misinformation, miscommunication. Yeah, there's a lot of very untrue facts about surrogacy, and our goal is to bring the good side of the story, pretty much. I think maybe that's the goal of our account.
Yeah, and as you said before, we were living in Australia, in Sydney specifically, for 7 years, and we moved back to Spain, to southern Barcelona in December. So and we've been living here ever since. Yeah. We came back. We were having an amazing life in down under, but we just came back because we were missing our family, and like raising 2 kids without family support and without your lifelong friends. It was quite tricky and hard. It was tough, yeah. So we just decided to move back. We are actually living 2 streets away from my parents, which is awesome.
It's convenient.
Yeah, and very convenient as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's a bit about us.
And how have the kids found that move back? How are they coping moving back to living in Spain?
So
it was very easy, actually.
It was actually too easy for them. Anxo came to Spain speaking only English, and in a matter of 4 weeks, he forgot completely about English, and now he only wants to speak Spanish, which is such a trauma for us, because we wanted him to keep both. Like he's like, I'm in Spain, I'm gonna speak Spanish, and I don't give a crap about English anymore.
It's not like he forgot. He refused to speak English.
He just refuses.
So now, we speak English at home to reinforce.
That was one of the really limited pluses of having COVID here in Spain. We had to be confined at home, so we could only speak English to him all the time without all these Spanish influences from school and family and friends and so on.
He hasn't been exposed to Spanish for how many weeks? 2 or 3 months.
So
that's good. That's a plus.
That's one of the legal pluses.
Their brains are just like sponges, and they just soak everything up so quickly, don't they? They just absorb all this learning.
Absolutely,
Amazing. I think going back to your reasoning behind your account, we're with you with that, side by side. It's the reason why we created our Two Dads account for the same types of reasons. Whilst surrogacy laws are different in the UK, obviously our
perceptions necessarily aren't.
Perception, we sometimes get people probably raising the same questions, concerns about how we created our family and why we created it that way. So our account, like yours, is to help destigmatize, to help normalize, to educate, or to be that voice or that activist, really, to really push boundaries, open hearts and eyes and minds,
and also change the future for our kids so that it's a more acceptable and accepting place, so that when they grow up, they don't have to worry necessarily about the fact that they have 2 dads, 2 mums, whatever. It's an accepting society that we've helped change for the future.
That's actually our main goal. If there are so many people in Spain, like all those in Spain, hating or talking against surrogacy, their kids are gonna listen, and they're gonna hear that, and they're gonna create an idea about surrogacy, and those kids are gonna go to play school, to the high school, to the park with our kids.
Absolutely.
So we are almost 40. We don't look like, but we're almost 40. So our life is already done, and we don't care about what people say. But they are young, they are innocent, they are very exposed to
impressionable.
Children. So that's why basically they are the main reason behind all this, is to make sure that we create a better we don't create a better future, but we provide our little, contribution to a better future for all the families created by surrogacy.
Yeah, for the kids.
And I do also think that our kids will help educate other kids, because I think our kids, this kind of environment that they grow up is normal to them, and it's just what they have. And I think they will absolutely, I know Tallulah is very proud of her dads and is very proud to tell everyone about her dads. So I know that she's going to be out there and she'll be teaching Duke, so that when he's older, I know that we will have brought up little advocates ourselves who will be out there and flying the flag and teaching other children about the way that they were brought into the world and how.
I think we need to give to our kids two things. One of them is tools to educate other people, and second is to give them also tools to fight against the bullies who are going to come for them. To
empower them,
to give them the vocabulary, I don't know that.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Absolutely. Of defending themselves from those people.
Yeah, something that came to my mind. That we don't use the word gay, but what if our kids, they go to school and someone tells them your dads are gays, and then they've never heard about this word, but at some point we should introduce that word to them, because for them it's natural that they have two dads.
That's so true. We've never used that word with Tallulah. We've never, because you just don't need to. And
exactly. It's just the label.
It just comes so natural for you.
Yeah,
that's it. Because it's not. It is never part of our family vocabulary. It never needs to be. But I do remember having the conversation, because I've got an elder daughter, Katie, who's 16 this year, and we needed to talk about that with her. So that has come up on a few bits there. But I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think our kids are very ready to have a surrogacy conversation, and because for Ancho, it just comes so natural. But about gay, for example, as we were just saying,
he doesn't know what it means.
He will be like, "What's that?"
Okay.
So,
it's very true.
You are gays, Dad? You are gays.
yeah. Are you gay, Dad?
Are you gay? Yeah.
So tell us how lockdown has been for you. How have you coped?
I mean, it's been quite a challenge. I'm not a person who likes to make a lot of drama about it, because first, we are healthy, our family is healthy, our family, relatives, and friends are all healthy and fine, and we are not working, in hospitals, or like the professionals, that working for health, that have been going through very tough times, So we like to say that we're fine, but as we said before, we just relocated from Spain, from Australia. We just landed here. We still figuring out what to do with our lives, what to do with the kids, schools and friends, and routines and etc. And all of a sudden this came on board, and it was like, what on earth, perfect timing, it's like, oh my, what's going on? Actually, we are just living in my apartment. I own a unit in Spain, which is just like a tiny unit. It's just like no outdoors area or anything, So like being all of a sudden
70 square meters apartment.
Yeah, just being locked down all of a sudden with two very, very active and nervous and outdoorsy boys. In this apartment. Like in a matter of 24 hours, literally. Like they were saying on a Thursday afternoon, tomorrow Friday, kids are not going to school anymore.
Lockdown.
That was it. That was it. So like no time for reaction or anything. No. It was like, oh my god, like we just moved. We are
just got there.
Yeah, I mean everything, like all our belongings were still coming from Australia. So we just had like 2 luggages with us, no toys, no movies.
Oh wow.
A TV without internet, like no books, nothing. It's like we had the bare minimum to survive. So it was like, oh my god, like the water was racing like this. Oh my god, I can breathe.
So we did a lot of craft.
Yeah, we did. We
actually did. Cooked. You did a lot of cooking. I've
as
watched
well,
He's such a good cook.
I'm a good cook. I don't like cooking, but I'm a good cook.
I don't know, guys, in the UK, but here in Spain, finding flour was such a challenge.
Same.
Right?
Yeah. For baking.
I mean, like you go to the supermarket and it's like, oh my God, do you have flour? And they say, you're kidding, right?
It's like toilet roll and flour, the two things.
Toilet paper. In Australia, they started with toilet paper.
People fighting in the supermarket.
We never had that shortage here in Spain with toilet paper.
I think we did the first days. Yeah, it was a big.
No, in Australia was even before it started. In Australia, there was a shortage of toilet paper. Like,
so anyway. It took some time to get used to the situation, and then you make the best out of what you have. So. I mean, we've been, spoiling them with lots of TV time, screen time, but also we've been playing lots and, like drawing and doing Play-Dohs and, playing silly and, running around that tiny, spaces that we have and doing some, workouts with them. So it's been okay. It's been okay.
And what do you think's got you through it? Is it the fun and having a laugh with the kids? What's because for people that haven't had the outdoor space, they've really struggled. So have you what was that got you through the whole period?
Well, first thing is just like seeing like how the situation was getting so much worse around our country, especially. It's been horrible, like so seeing how like even family members and friends or distant friends were like getting sick and like
even passing
like we have our friends that passed away and so like seeing all the situation around us and knowing that we were still okay being healthy, even if the day by day was difficult, challenging,
like fun.
It was still fun, but like when you had a look at the situation with a bit of perspective, from the whole situation, it was like, okay, we are still fine, Plus, Spanish government, it was just saying all the time, it's just 15 days, and when we were reaching the end of the 15 days, they were saying, okay, 15 days more, and so it's not like you start, it's like, okay, you're gonna spend 2 months lockdown. It's like, oh my God, but it was 15 days and 15 days, so it's like, okay, maybe next time, it's the last. Prorogue from extension, from that.
It's been confusing, but I mean, there was no point that in 15 days everything would be over. So anyway, they didn't know how to react. I mean, it was new for everyone.
Sure.
So,
but it was, I think, and also, if you ask us to define what made us go through, in one word, we will tell you Amazon.
Amazon.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
I know.
How do you manage that Amazon?
From them.
I know. I'm so grateful of our Prime account because we got our share of Prime. We literally
absolutely. As we said, we're
so grateful.
Barely nothing, so we had to really use a lot the website and buy
crayons and stuff for craft. We bought so many things. Like board games as well.
One of the things that I have loved about following your account for the last 12 months is your love for Spanish music, and whether that's the most flamboyant or whether it's Eurovision or whether you've got half makeup and your faces are looking fabulous.
Yes.
Very creative.
Love it. I especially love the glitter what's this stuff that you call the stuff that you put on your eyelid? The red glittery one, and you had it on your lip as well. Love that. But what's been your sort of lockdown soundtrack? What music has got you through lockdown?
What will you remember for lockdown?
We've listened to a lot of music. Actually.
There's been a song in Spain that has been hitting really hard. It's like a sound from the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
That it's been #1 in Spain now for like 10 weeks in a row, and it's called "I Will Make It Through." Can you sing a bit?
In Spanish?
Yeah, of course.
Go for it.
1, 2, 3.
Resistiré
para seguir viviendo.
I don't recall the lyrics. Anyway, I will resistiré. I will make it through.
I will make it through.
I will make it through. I'm gonna
the
look.
message really fits.
That's the official country's, you know, soundtrack.
It's official
but
anthem.
if you ask to this tiny house,
us.
as you said already, we are big, massive Euro fans.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So
shame.
I know, like
no, at all.
we are so devastated this year that the contest was cancelled. Even if your country and our country has had zero chances of making anything, you know, like zero, like nothing. But still, so like literally the soundtrack of this house for the last week is being the songs for this year's Eurovision. Especially we loved Azerbaijan with Cleopatra.
Okay.
La 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 Cleopatra. Loved it. It's been like in and out.
And the kids love it.
The kids love it. Yeah.
I love it.
Is it Norway?
No,
Sweden?
Iceland. We liked Iceland.
Oh yeah, that was so cool as well.
Yeah.
Russia was cool too. I mean, this year there were a lot of hits.
Amazing.
It was such a shame that I loved the music this year, and we watched it, and it was just like little snippets of every, and I was like,
you watched the special, the show,
Eurovision Live.
We were just like bawling our eyes out all the time throughout the whole special.
It was very emotional.
Yeah, seeing all the European streets, you know, like completely empty. That was
so
such
sad.
a shock. Oh my god,
So sad.
It was amazing. Yeah.
It's such an event though in the calendar, isn't it?
Yeah.
And to see
it is.
Yeah, really, really sad, really eerie, quite spooky.
Yeah.
But more celebrations next year.
Yes. Please, hopefully.
Yes, let's keep both of those crossed.
Yeah.
So we're coming to the end now, boys.
That was very short.
I know. We could carry on talking to you forever.
Oh yeah.
But just in terms of lockdown generally, has it surprised you in terms of your parenting? Has it tested your parenting? I know for us, for example, I always thought that we parent very differently. You know, I'm quite a discipline. I love discipline, and I'm a bit of a rule type parent. Where Wes is less of that. I have to get up. Beds need to be made. We need to go downstairs, and everyone, you know, we're all ready. That's not how he works. But what I found in lockdown was we actually came together much tighter, and it really surprised me. So for you, what has been your parenting experience together?
I mean, even before the lockdown, we had a pretty similar style of parenting. In general, we're both pretty strict. So, but I think, maybe with the lockdown, we relaxed a little bit.
I mean,
but we both at the same time relaxed a little bit our style. So, I mean, it surprised us the whole lockdown, but then when it comes to the routines with the kids and everything, it was pretty, easy.
I mean, at the end of the day, you need to pick up your battles. Right? I mean, I mean, if you spend 4 days, 4 hours every day together, you can pick some battles. But if you spend the whole day together, I mean, you need to relax. Otherwise, you're just gonna crash with your kids and with your partner and with your own life. So
So I think that we haven't fought that much compared to when we're living in Australia. And then even, I mean, our kids, they challenge us all the time, even before lockdown. So
I mean, just realize, and you already asked for it, but let me remind you that we have kids that are 4 and 2. So imagine those ages locked down in a miserable and small, tiny apartment. I think it has been radicalized, you know, the timing. So when we had a good time, now it's been even better. But when we had a bad time, it was even worse. You know? So you know, it was
But we went through that together as a team. We made it.
You did it.
And how did your relationship? Because at the start of lockdown, we were kind of like, well, I was thinking, shit, what's going on here? You know, how is this going to be? Because we don't normally spend this much time together. But it's actually brought us really much closer together as a our relationship, and it's particularly going through the challenges of Duke and no sleep and all of that. It's been really tough, but it's amplified, I think, in lockdown. But it has. I think it makes or breaks you, and I think it's made us much stronger.
Yeah. So in our case, I think we have something really good here. That it's that aside from being partners or husband and husband, we are also really good friends. So I think I don't know, like it's never been an issue spending time together.
Because we always spend time together,
and we always enjoy it and have fun, and like have a good
You can
time.
see that.
So,
you can see that. You can see that. It's really sweet.
I mean, we are pretty easygoing, and like we had a good time, and we even had more sex, so.
While the kids were watching a movie.
So, but it's been really good. I mean, we haven't faced any really difficult challenge.
Crisis.
No, it's been pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never been. It hasn't been easy, but it has been good.
No, look, you're still here. You made it.
Yeah.
It's
Your kids are doing well.
Exactly.
They're all healthy.
Everyone's good. Thank
Yeah.
goodness everyone's fine.
Yeah, we are not filing the divorce or whatsoever now.
No, good. Look, just to round off then, Chris and Juan, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
to you guys.
One of our favorites. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Just want to say a massive thank you. Give your kids a massive hug from us all.
How's thank you in Spanish?
How's what?
Thank you in Spanish?
Pues,
Muchas gracias.
Yay!
And on that,
what?
adios. Buenas noches.
Adios.
Buenas noches.
It was great talking to you guys.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you soon, okay?
See you soon.
You too. Thank you so much. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's all right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
If you like what you've seen so far, head over to our website at www.twodaddies.co.uk. There you can read our blog and subscribe to our newsletter. Or find us on Facebook and Instagram, simply searching at twodads.u.k.